I can do both. All right. So the stream is starting. So I guess maybe that's it too. So since you're standing, like all the shelves are in a different position. Uniform. Perfect. So we're already streaming. Hello, everybody. We are at 4 minutes out. Grab your chamomile. Actually, what's the tea that you've been drinking, Jim? You said you're into tea now. Is there like a specific kind?
This that I have tonight, I have quite an assortment because my wife is a tea person. And this is blood orange and something else, and it's delicious. And it's decaffeinated, so I can have it at night. Because y'all get me fired up enough so I can't sleep.
That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. Hello, everybody out there in TV land. It feels very quiet today. Am I right? Like it feels like quiet. No, the vibe is just kind of still. Feels rural. Oh, you're in rural right now?
I think a lot of folks are in Facebook.
Oh, you think that's what's going on? They're hiding out?
Maybe.
Come on in. So do they know how to find us? All you need to do is go to baystatezoom.com and you can come right onto the inside of this meeting and join us and have some fun. There's no more football, so there's no reason to be distracted. I'll go ahead and share my screen. So when I do that, excelente. Well, I have the most amazing team. Look at that. Look at these faces right here. I've got another one coming in. The best team in the world. Jim, this is the team that's bringing those numbers up in Massachusetts right here.
Keep it up.
This is that team right there.
This is great.
Oh. Excellent. There's my guy. I want to hear some good news. All right. Oh, there we go. You can see everybody's great face. Hello. Hi, everybody. Hello. Hello. How are you guys all doing? This is a fantastic night. I feel like a stillness like this. There's a peace as we're coming into the weekend of love. Mr. Xavier, hello. Denise, can you see the captions? Yeah, awesome, awesome. Oh, it is 9:15 and here we are getting started. Mr. Robida, how are you? Welcome, welcome.
I'm doing great,
welcome.
Joe. How are you?
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for the good news. So my name is Joe Welch. Oh, so close. My name is Joe Welch, and I am here in the most amazing state of Massachusetts. It is with such great pride that I get to come and chat with you guys, check in, bring some convo with my pal, my mentor, our friend, our leader, Jim Tanner. We do this every single week. And this week we had a deeper conversation about looking at the structure of these events in a little bit of a different way. I want to just let people know that this is happening because we usually start every event with the list of names recognizing people and their accomplishments. And we are going to change that format to do that on the first week of the month, looking back at the month prior, because by that point we have statistics. We're able to acknowledge everybody who has accomplished something in that previous month. We've already done that for January. And so what we're also looking at, and we're going to talk a little bit about it in our activity, is we're going to have the final week of the month be a briefing. And so we're going to keep the other meetings as only associates, but we're actually, and we're going to explain a little bit more about this, we're going to make the final Thursday of every month a briefing. And as we all know, we are still pushing towards MAD. We're still going to talk about PC qualification. Those are still the stop points, right? Those touch points for us to keep our business moving forward. But what we're also going to do is we're going to start to build people so that we can start moving Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, and anybody else who wants to join us on those final Thursday nights. So right now, this all still stands. We still have our Northern for New England, and it's so exciting to see so many new faces. We're going to continue to be here every Thursday night. And again, if you haven't already, feel free to take a screenshot. This is also in our Facebook pages, but you can see that you can have both Jim Tanner and my numbers, and I'll let you know that people are calling. And we are bringing the tough love. Michael can raise, right? The tough love, absolutely. And actually my team knows the tough love, right? Making sure that we are making that difference, that we're building on our PC qualifications and making sure that we're just continuing to protect families. This saved the date, and it has been updated. We have every month, one of our core commitments is to attend our Super Saturday. On top of the Super Saturdays, we also have announcements from the international office. And so that's what you see listed here. So even though the times may change, or the start time might change, or the duration might change, we are looking at those dates to make sure that we're doing those monthly Super Saturdays, or instead we're doing the national announcement. At this time, I am doing a Monday briefing. And so it is cybersecurity forward, especially in Massachusetts, where a lot of folks are not able to sell the legal plan. This is just another way to really get people tied in. I'm having conversations with subject matter expert Robin Putnam, who's also an associate with us. And then we're just doing the overview, but it also includes a little bit about our business plans. So it's definitely a briefing. Everybody is welcome, and it's happening every Monday night. Now, we are going to be really, really asking each of you to take the time out this Saturday. Like we said, it's one of our core commitments, but on Saturday is another Super Saturday. And the reason these are so important, and I know that Jim is going to get into it in a little bit, is that there's just so much knowledge that is being passed along. And as if you notice, it's actually only 2.5 hours. So they've shortened this one. We're still doing a briefing. So there is a New England briefing being done by the Hoisingtons. They're going to be hosting that. And so what that allows you to do is yet another, this is more of a local way, right? If you're like, oh, I want to go somewhere where I know some faces, you're able to show up here, bring your guests. From 1 to 1:30, Steve is going to be doing an overview. And then there's going to be that little just kind of switch into the meeting. And then he's also doing a training. And look at this title, How 2-A-Day Prospecting Makes a Six-Figure Lifestyle. I mean, people are always looking for the secret, right? You're like, no, but how can I do this? How can I do this quickly? How can I do this powerfully? And this guy is literally going to tell you how you can do a 2-a-day prospecting exposure diet and come up with a slim and six-figure figure. Um, and I'm actually going to invite Jim onto this with me too, because we're kind of transitioning into a couple things here, which includes the update on our conference. And I certainly am happy to share that news myself, but I do want to just make sure that that's okay with you. So I'm going to spill the beans, share the news.
It's absolutely okay with me. I think it's great when people can come together on Thursday nights. You're going to hear it here. If you haven't heard it already as a senior director, executive director, or regional leader, you're going to hear this from us now. So take great notes here for a second as Joe goes over this. And then we're going to get this out to everybody on Saturday at the Super Saturday events as well.
Absolutely. So just, as we are in COVID and folks are really concerned about being out, being present, how were we mitigating all of the, the vaccines and all that, they actually made a decision to have it live streamed. So our upcoming international conference is officially being streamed. And what that means, in all honesty, it means that there is no excuse not to go. There is none. You don't have to travel. You can make your own sandwiches. You can even have your own blood orange tea. And you know what? If Jim gets a vaccine, he might even deliver it to your house. No, I'm not going to go and commit him like that. But it has totally, what I'm really happy for, and Jim's absolutely right. We literally found out this information today. There, when you get to a certain point, I invite you all, when you become senior directors, executive directors, there are meetings where they actually give you some extra information. And so this is like hot off the presses. If I had a mimeograph, I would be like putting out the paper right now and making sure that every one of you got it. And so you guys pretty much are knowing it first. Here we are in our meetings. So it is not going to be in St. Louis. It's going to be live streamed, which again, for our, that we have that very large and amazing deaf team. It does mean we're going to have powerful and amazing interpreters, a separate room, as we always do, because access is important. For those who speak Spanish, Legal Shield en español, lo van a tener un intérprete, puedes disfrutar el training también. And they're also going to have it in French, which I do not speak French. And they also have access just for everybody who's involved. And it's just amazing. And the knowledge, we do miss being around each other. Absolutely. But I would say from the get-go, our company has done such an amazing job making sure not only do we deliver the information, but it is relevant and it is cutting edge. I mean, I've had the good fortune of popping into some of the other events that are happening in our market. And the truth is that we're right there. Not only do we bring the education and knowledge, but we're making sure that it's delivered by our top people. And so if you haven't already, there's likely $59 tickets out there. Talk to your platinums, talk to your uplines. It's possible people have bundles, but now that we know that it's going to be live streamed, it should be an easy sell. Start thinking about how many tickets do you need for your team that you're going to be acquiring between now and April. And of course, and we're already here, we bring in the Mr. Tanner of the Tanners.
Hello.
The Massachusetts Tanners.
I'm excited. And the one thing I'll ask, and we'll remind you as we get closer to April 15th, since we're doing this as a live stream, there'll be that chat function on the side. And it's going to be incredibly important that we show up in this digital way. So I'm going to be asking you today and encouraging you in the weeks ahead to be ready to join us live. I understand with live stream that there's a time shift component of that for convenience. And we're going to talk more about how to get the most out of these events this evening. But I just encourage you, I want to start by encouraging you, show up for your team and for your future team that might not even have joined you yet. Let them see that you're leading by example, that you're part of this each and every event we do. And I don't know how much information I got that I can share or not. So hopefully I'm not terminated for this, but we will be together in the fall in Phoenix, Arizona. So we can count down to those days. The last time I was with all of you was in Salt Lake City. That was far too long ago. And I'm looking forward to that event. And we're going to Cabo in the summer. So there's going to be opportunities for some of us to see each other during the year, but we'll all be back together in the fall. That's going to be a great time for us to get the heck out of here, don't you think? I mean, once we get to October, I know we like to see the leaves change, Joe, but come on, like we could use a little Phoenix, Arizona in our life. So that'll be a good time for us.
Absolutely. And also, you're bringing up, we have a lot of changes ahead. It's still definitely the best time for people to know about Legal Shield, because as those changes spring, like imagine all of the folks who got hotel rooms or who started booking their trips and now they may need to negotiate those cancellations, right? Like our product, our services are always relevant. They're always important. And the other side of that is, Jim mentioned Cabo, everybody is incentivized by different things, right? Some are incentivized by money, some are incentivized by recognition. But if a margarita on a beach is what turns your triggers those lights for you, right now we have like the most amazing incentive for February. So you still have time. It's only the 11th. We've got 2 more days. If you have $100 plus 1 associate, you're going to get a name into the bucket so that they can pull out for the Cabo trip. They're pulling out raffle tickets. If you have, is it 100 plus 2, then you get 2 tickets, and then 300. I'm not looking at a chart, so I don't want to misspeak, but I know that
either, but you can get up to 5, I believe.
Yep, up to 5 tickets just in this alone. And it's just ridiculous. So I know on my team, I have a few people who are very incentivized by Cabo. So it does many things for us. And this, we're actually going to be talking about these events. And that is actually our topic. One of the things that we have switched, I see some celebration for Arizona out there. One of the things that we have switched is we're starting to feel what a good feeling, what a good vibe is for our group here. Jim and I started it just kind of going week to week. And now that we have the other 4 states in it, we want a little more interaction. We want to make sure that these weeks are something that are meaningful for you, that you're walking away. And we both agree that walking away with a skill set is always going to be powerful and is always going to make a difference for us. And so we celebrate, we recognize, we're promoting, but actually it brings us to the topic at hand, which is, Jim, do you want to go first? Do you want me to do the activity first?
I think we should do the activity first, but I just want to set that up because you always do such a great job of, and Joe's going to explain this, but let's just talk about, I want to dovetail on what you just said. We started on Thursday nights thinking, well, we'll just put it on Zoom. We don't even know if anybody wants to see us. We'll just talk to each other and see if anybody else showed up, and people did. And of course, now that we're the New England northern 4 states, we've got even more folks. Now there's more folks that are out there, and Thursday nights don't work for everybody, and we know that. But whatever night it was going to be wasn't going to work for somebody. So we're grateful for those of you that can join us live, and we equally appreciate those of you that are taking this in after the fact, whether that be in the Facebook groups or you're catching the replay somewhere. We're glad for that. We want you to get this information. But what we're going to talk about tonight is about acquiring skills, like Joe said, because we're going to help you to acquire the skills so that you can inspire people. I know a lot of people think that Legal Shield is sales. I disagree. I think at the heart of direct sales is inspiration. When we're talking about building a team of people coast to coast and border to border, we have to inspire those people, not inform them. I think we think we have to inform them about the opportunity. Well, they could do that with the websites. They wouldn't need us for that. But individual to individual, heart to heart, person to person inspiration through testimonials is what has grown this company for nearly 50 years. And it will grow it for the next 150 years, because humans are humans, and that's not going to change. This used to be done with VHS tapes and rotary dial phones, fax machines. Now we're on Zoom. I don't know what's going to come next, but I do know that it will be a people-to-people business, regardless of how we communicate individually between those people. So, Joe, I'm going to let you set that up. I just want everybody to know how excited I am that we are going to drill down into stuff, because I love stuff. Joe and I love nerding out on Legal Shield stuff. Well, now we're just going to do it for everybody.
We are such geeks about this stuff. So let me make sure. I think we are all spotlit or out of the spotlight. And so, I love not accepting the world as it's given to me and finding the joy in it. And so people have been looking at Zoom as feeling distant, but I really loved being able to learn a little bit about everybody last week. I felt like it made the room feel just a little closer. And so we're going to take that and scaffold, right? We're going to build upon that. And so last week you were able to tell us about you, where you're from, you know, something you were grateful for, and then your favorite ice cream. But today we're going to now dovetail that into some sort of Legal Shield experience. I want to make sure that people feel comfortable telling something, but just know that it is deliberate. We're going to keep the 30 seconds. We're going to ask somebody to be a timekeeper. Raise a hand if you're able to do a 30-second timekeeper for me today. Somebody, I will pick you. So if you'll just, Michael, will you be the 30-second timekeeper, please? You know I'm going to ask you. You should just volunteer. And so what we're going to do is we're going to have the 30 seconds. And I'm going to be very transparent about why. For us, the first build, like we do with everything, is that we want it to be duplicatable. So we're looking at those 30 seconds, not only in terms of, well, getting our thoughts out in 30 seconds, right? And measuring what 30 seconds feels like in your body, but those 30 seconds are actually a testimonial. Those 30 seconds are the elevator pitch that you tell somebody as someone that maybe you're networking with, or when someone asks you what you do. And so by doing this activity of having this 30 seconds in all the different ways that we're going to do it, all it's doing is building your arsenal of comfort with yourself in terms of being able to do it. And then the other side of it that Jim and I were like totally geeking out about is that you guys are story collectors. Now, there's a GoPro, there's a whole company with this amazing guy, Eric Worried. He's doing this free GoPro training this week. And so a lot of this is absolutely from there. It's from our own trainings. This story, our story is everything. And so even if you're feeling very new, or you're feeling disconnected, or you're feeling like you don't know enough, or maybe you don't even feel that your story is relevant, I'm going to disagree, because your story is everything. And so what we're doing is we're going to be just throughout our experience here on Thursdays, we're going to do a little bit of skill training. We're going to be doing those practices for those 30 seconds. And we're going to use formats over the weeks to just start to think about how to build those stories and make them even better. And then the bonus is that depending on how many people are on the call, you're going to get to hear some other people's stories as well. So Michael's got the timekeeper. And actually, Jim, I'm going to put you on the spot for and it could be any story, maybe one you've told, but if you have one that maybe you haven't told, and it could be, and I'm opening it up to be both, it can be a membership testimonial, it can be a Legal Shield testimonial. It has to be something about Legal Shield though. And yes. Michael is going to cut us off. He's going to lift his hand, wave, and you just have to put a bow on it right there and then. 30 seconds. Yeah, all right. And I know, go ahead.
Before I do that, I just want to set it up, but you finish your thought. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh, I was going to say, for those of you playing at home, whenever that is, this is no fuss, no muss. There's no tools. You can look at your clock, 30 seconds, a timer on your watch, a timer on your phone. And again, all it is we're just building those muscles, because our goal is for the northern 4 New England states to be the best storytellers, the best presenters, the best, like just show up and be fierce. And so that's what we're going to do as a group, little by little, during our Thursday nights.
Perfect. And here's what I wanted to add to that. I just want to make sure that everybody knows. So let's talk about membership testimonials for a second. A lot of times what associates think is that they don't have something to say, but a testimonial of how you've used your membership in 30 seconds, which what we're going to teach you in the case of these, is how to just kind of leave out all the superfluous stuff we tend to talk about that doesn't get to the point and doesn't get to the meat of the matter, because you're going to need those skills when you're asked to jump in at a briefing and just give a 30-second testimonial. But a lot of times people don't, the uncomfortable thing you feel is that maybe you've never used your membership. So right there, that's a skill set, right? We use our membership. So I'll do a membership testimonial. But oftentimes a business, the Legal Shield business opportunity testimonial, people say, well, I'm just getting started. I haven't had the success. Like they a lot of people expect the Millionaire Club member to have the best story, but that's not the most relatable story in the room, and it never will be. The most effective, best stories in the room are from the people that are using their membership for the first time, second time. And the most effective opportunity presentation testimonials are from people that have made their first few $100 or first $1,000 or are building their business part-time, because your audience that needs that inspiration, that needs your story to help them with their story, that's where they are. And when somebody comes up and they've made $5 million in Legal Shield, it doesn't connect with where they are. And so they start to wonder, well, you know, how does that relate to me? So anyway, I just wanted to say that to set us off.
Absolutely. I was gonna say, well, I just wanted to add that, I'm a sign language interpreter, and very often, you know, there's people who are looking for mentorship, and that might even be the case in some of you if you have other professions, other careers. And we do see that the best stories are from the people who were just there. It's fresh in their mind. It's like right there. So Jim, all right, we're gonna put it over to you, and you're gonna lead us off.
Yes. Am I getting a go signal?
Oh, there you go.
There we go. Hey, my name is Jim Tanner, and the first time I used my Legal Shield membership, it was right after I purchased it. I was attempting to move, and my landlord told me that he was keeping my security deposit. I was frustrated. I didn't know what to do. So I called my Legal Shield attorneys. They sent a letter to my landlord, and they overnighted it to him. And as soon as he got that letter, he called me on the phone, and he said, Jim, come pick up your security deposit. I don't want any problems from your attorneys. And I've been a member ever since. That was 2 decades ago. I would never be without this Legal Shield membership. You have to unmute when you're clapping. It makes me feel better.
All right, who is next? Ooh, those 30 seconds go fast, don't they? All right. Are you ready to go, Miss Dantzler?
Absolutely. You guys have to be quiet, please. No,
Fantastic.
no shows, Terrence. Sorry, guys. There's always stuff going on in my house. Okay, am I ready to start? Who's got the timer? I'll just do my own timer. All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Sonora Dantzler, and I wanted to share a quick testimonial with you guys. Right before Corona had started, I had booked a hotel. And of course, with all the things going on with Corona, you know, a lot of the hotels don't want to give you your money back or even try to work with you or whatever. And we actually canceled it, but they overcharged us. I called our attorney, and they actually gave them a call, and they had the money back into our accounts that following Monday. So I would definitely not be without my Legal Shield membership.
Woo! All right, who's next? Who's next? Miss Archer, are you ready? Oh, Michael, are you ready? I just saw Michael's microphone go. So we're gonna go ahead. Michael, then Miss Archer, then Miss True, Miss Ayat, Miss Amanda. Oh, Miss Amanda, she has her own story to tell today. And then I'll close it up. All right, Michael.
All right, I'll go, and I'll be honest with the timer too. So Mike Robidoux from Connecticut. I've got a membership testimonial. I've got a customer who's a wedding photographer here in Connecticut that was going to be getting married in Georgia. Something happened where they had to postpone the wedding, and ironically, the only deposit that she didn't get back was from her wedding photographer. So she called the Connecticut law firm, who in turn called the Georgia law firm. Within a week, she had her money back.
Miss Constance.
Okay. Are you ready? So I'm Constance Archer. I'm in Sackett's Harbor, New York. I moved and I got a phone call from my grandson. He said, Graham, I'm going to push the red button on the phone because I'm in a situation with my friends. It's not looking good. I go, go ahead. So I go, what happened? He said, I handed the phone to the lawyer, to the police officer, and the cop couldn't give us a ticket.
With 2 seconds to spare.
Thank you.
Miss True. Are you able to unmute?
I'm just having trouble thinking of a story, that's all. Can I have more time?
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. So Connie, do you mind going next?
Sure. Connie Ayotte from Yarmouth, Maine. Again, I have a COVID story. I bought airline ticket to fly last year in March with Frontier Airline. They only gave me 90 days to use our ticket, and we were in the middle of COVID. Went back and forth, decided I'm just gonna give this to the law firm, tap the app. They wrote a letter on my behalf, and Frontier emailed me back and said, you were so right, we were in the wrong, here's your $400. Legal Shield for life.
Excellent. Amanda, are you ready? Am I voicing for you? Okay. Hang on one second. So I'm turning, oh, I can't do that. So hang on a second. I'm just trying to turn off mine so I can see Amanda. Perfect. Go ahead. My name is Amanda. I went and looked at my website and I found that I got a new membership signed up. Hang on one second. Sorry, this is the interpreter. I was going to take a shower and I came back over here. I was taking a look at my emails and I saw that somebody had actually signed up under my name. I was very happy to see that and very surprised. And at that point, I realized that I actually had become a senior associate in that moment. And so I am very excited with Legal Shield.
Yay, congrats. That's amazing.
That is amazing. Excellent. Michelle, are you ready? And it could be anything from
Yes.
Legal Shield. All right,
Yes.
cool. So
Well,
go ahead.
I'm gonna talk, it's not gonna be a membership testimonial. I just started doing groups and I had approached my vet's office and the office manager told me that he wasn't interested. So I moved on, and through about 2 months later, I got his email address and contacted him directly. And he signed up during a DM meeting in 20 minutes.
Excellent. All right, so who we've got Denise and Amy and myself, right? Denise, will you be doing a testimonial today? All right, so hang on one second. So I'm being asked to interpret in the moment, which is why I'm waiting, because I don't know what story they're about to tell, so I just want to let people know. So hello, my name is Denise Stewart, and I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. I'm a single mom, and I have a full-time job. And I'm a part-time student, focusing on social justice. I had some challenges with finances. I was struggling to make ends meet, and there was a debt that became just bigger than I could expect with credit cards. It just got out of control. And I got a letter saying that they were ready to take me to collections, and I was trying to negotiate that. So I called the law firm and said, can you help me with the situation? See if there's a way for you to reduce that rate. And they did. I owed $800, and because I had Legal Shield, they brought it down almost $300 and saved me that money. As well, I got a letter from the court, but because of how everything was handled, it had already been resolved. And so I didn't need to worry, and that my credit score went back up. It was amazing. And we're going to have Amy as well. Ready? Are you speaking for yourself? Oh, nope. Hey, my name is Amy Mahoney, and I'm from Massachusetts. I had gotten airplane tickets a couple of years back, and I was on a trip to California with my son, who was 5 at the time. I went to the airport, and believe it or not, I was stuck there for over 10 hours waiting. They gave us a little bit of money to deal with some food, but nothing really. And I was supposed to be on vacation. So I finally got to my destination and got home, and I called the airline and said, this doesn't seem right. I'd like some money back or something. And because I contacted Legal Shield, they did write a letter. And in fact, I did get money returned to me for that trip for the way they handled it.
Great job.
Hi there. All right. So I'm Joe, and I'm going to just go last. And fantastic. And where's my timer? Michael, you ready for me? All right. Hi, my name is Joe Welch, and I live in Somerville, Massachusetts. I had gone down to go help my parents out because my dad needed some surgery. This was a couple of years ago. And I'm a very safe driver, but it seems that the police officer felt that I had taken a stop sign, and I completely disagreed. However, she still gave me a $268 ticket in Florida, and I live here in Massachusetts. Well, what I did was, and of course I had my parents in the car who also have Legal Shield, but they were all nervous. And I said, that's okay, Mom. No, this is going to go a little long then. That's okay, Mom. I've got this. I tapped the app. I took a picture. They went to court for me. No points, down to $100. I love my Legal Shield membership.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Testimonials we got in.
Man, so was that ridiculous? Now, who here can possibly say that they don't know any stories? Do we know stories that could help a single mom? We have a story from a single mom. Do we have any travel stories told today? 2 of them. Traffic tickets, saving money. I mean, I think we may have saved over what, $3,000 in this in this one phone call alone. Amazing.
And that's what you represent out there in the field. That's what you do every day. The way we feel about our membership, there's no brochure that's going to translate that for someone. It must be us. It's our stories, our ability to inspire other people so they can borrow our belief long enough to try this membership, to join our community. But also, you see, as you tell these stories, listen, good salespeople can get people to sign up for Legal Shield memberships. That's true. With great sales tactics, you'll close a lot of memberships, but the people that keep their plans are the people that use their plans. And the people that use their plans are the ones that were inspired by your story of how you are using your plan, how it's saving you time and money, heartaches and headaches. That's the secret to Legal Shield. That's why we're so different. Because we would tell people about Legal Shield even if they don't pay us, but they happen to pay us incredibly well to tell people about Legal Shield and to use our membership and to share our stories. So Joe, I'll let you continue on, but I get excited. I mean, this is going to be an all-nighter for me now.
This is unbelievable. I just want to say to each of you, thank you so much for sharing. I want to also point out, for those of you who feel a little camera shy or a little shy about saying something, each one of you told exactly the story you needed to tell. And now you have 8 or 9 more to tell. And so, very often when we think we want the script, and I'm a person who likes the script. The way I frame it is I like what I call the chair in the room. If I'm in an empty room, I don't know what to do with myself, but put a chair in the middle and now I have an anchor. And so now you just got 9 anchors and you're grounded here on this beach. And as Jim often tells me and tells us, is that we are the lighthouse. So you're anchored here in this very safe beach. And now you have so many stories that you can share. And we're reminded not only in our trainings, but also in our conferences, but also in these other ones are echoing this as well, is that we are very well paid storytellers. We are also story collectors. We were reminded last year, last year, was it the Hoffmans? Oh, I can't remember who it was that said this, but they said, you should check your stories. So you should be constantly getting new ones. Because if there's like a fax machine or, or a rotary phone in your story is a little out of date. You need to like keep it fresh. You need to keep, and the thing about collecting these stories and having current stories means that you're also engaging with people who are currently using the membership. So you can see there's a method to us, right? We're starting with the 30 seconds. And I know I went a little over, and we are all going to go just a little over. But the bottom line is that a lot of information is shared in a very short amount of time. We've got now, 10, 12 people on this call. How much did we learn about each other in this short amount of time? The hidden piece behind this is also about listening, right? We have to listen to one another. Because if, one, we're not going to collect the stories, but it also is that critical piece for our clients, our consumers, our prospects, our the members, is that you're going to remember they're going to remember your story, but then you're going to ask them for theirs, because that's the thing. You'll know if they're using the membership because they'll have a story. Now, this actually builds into our goal for our larger picture, which is the final week of the month. And so on the final week of every month, we're going to have a briefing. But we put out this challenge. Jim and I don't want to do the briefings. Jim has done way more briefings than he probably can count. I have not done nearly as many, but what we want to do is we want to set up an opportunity for this team to be the speakers. And it's going to be, and very often it's broken down in a couple different ways. There's definitely the Legal Shield story. So if somebody wants to do a small bit, there's Legal Shield, the membership plan. There's the ID Shield plan. There's the opportunity, right? And within that, we can have a testimonial for the membership and a testimonial for the opportunity. And I want to say, define opportunity. That means when you join us as being an associate, is working with us as an independent associate. So we're still figuring this out. People don't have to rush and clamor to pick the section yet, but this scaffolding and these kind of exercises, is the goal of it is so that we just become better presenters, better deliverers of that story. And by having a briefing on the final week of the month, we're also generating that momentum, right? We're pulling that forward. We're inviting people to the Zoom, right? We're able to share. I have 100 spaces on this Zoom. So you are welcome to bring people. In fact, if you're presenting, you should have at least 2 people with you. At least 2 people with you. And if that's on the final Thursday of the month, it means that you're doing exposures right there. And that's going to start to change your business. So, you guys thought you were showing up for just a regular Thursday, but it actually became an accountability meeting, I guess, to some extent, and an absolute action meeting. And Jim and I were like practically giggling on the phone as we were coming up with this, like yes. So, I am just so excited. And I will be honest, I think because last week was the first time we did such a big activity, I was a little nervous that everybody would just show up on the Facebook page and be like, oh, look at them over there. That's so nice. But I am excited to see your beautiful faces. I'm so excited about this idea. What do you guys think? You can pop in, you can put it in the chat. Do you do some thumbs? Do you like it? And it's inevitable, right? It's inevitable. We're going to get better. We're going to let go of some of the excuses that are keeping us from actualizing our truth. I know you want to hear a script, but after you've heard it the 3rd time, the 4th time, once you've had the 700th script in that book, it's just about telling the story. We got to let those go.
Absolutely. And Joe, I'll add that good presentations sell memberships and recruit associates. Mediocre presentations sell memberships and recruit associates. Bad presentations, which I've done and I've seen done, sell memberships and recruit associates. Ultimately, Legal Shield is a fantastic service and opportunity. It stands on its own. And as one of my mentors, Mike Riches, says, a dog with a note could sell a Legal Shield membership. And I've proven that right over the years, plenty of times, because that's about the level of my skills. I want to make sure I made a few notes. The great thing about acquiring this skill is remember, if you've been with us for any length of time, I talk about what is leadership. Leadership is not being the best presenter. Leadership is not being the person who makes the most money. The leader is not the person with the biggest team. The leader is the person that does the thing every day that they would ask their team to do. They don't go to the back and send their armies forward. That's not what leadership in Legal Shield is. Leadership is standing at the front, doing the exposures, doing the presentations. Imagine what your business would be like if on any given day, like today, like Thursday, to know that hundreds, if not thousands of presentations were done in your Legal Shield business by your organization. From coast to coast, from border to border in the United States and Canada, people doing Zooms like this, sitting down with a friend over a cup of coffee, but presenting the membership. People that maybe you've never met and you don't know. They're just a name and some results on a report. What would your business look like? What would your bank account look like? That's the business. Exposure, so people know that Legal Shield exists, so that they can have these experiences that we've all shared tonight. And again, the exposures of the opportunity. There has never been a time. There has never been an economy. In all the time I've been doing this, and in all the time this company has existed, there's never been an economy where people didn't need additional income, access to time freedom, and a plan for their future so that they could replenish their retirement accounts or build a financial wall around their family for generations to come. All of this will not change. So we as we acquire these skills, we become the leaders. We become the lighthouse. People will come and people will go, but we will be right here, right where we need to be. And that means leadership. People will know that when they're looking for us, we're right where they left us, standing strong on the sand, ready to inspire, protect, and empower. As we wrap up, we did want to talk about, it's my duty to talk about Super Saturday. I think we'll save convention for another time because of the time tonight, Joe. Do you still have that
Absolutely.
slide by any chance?
Which slide
Easily
would that be?
available for Super Saturday?
I will work on that while you talk.
Again, leaders lead from the front. They do the thing that they're asking everybody to do. I understand that most everybody on here, I mean, look at just what you brought to the energy and the inspiration tonight. I know that here in the Northeast, you're already planning on being a part of the Super Saturday this week. We've got Steve Hoisington. It's going to be a great event. I know that a lot of my team is plugging into the Northeast just because, you know, I'm here. So we're going to show that so you can register. It would mean a lot to me if you pre-register, so that it's not just that, you know, we don't know what's going on or how many people we have. That affects us as organizers of an event. Connie, thank you. I'm glad you're already registered. If you guys can do that tonight, it's free, of course. It's on LegalShieldCalendar.com, and we're going to have the flyer up here in 1 second. So it's, well, yeah, look at that. Take a screenshot of that. Steve Hoisington is going to be a great Super Saturday. The question is not whether or not we'll be there. The question is, what will come of our business from being there? So events like Super Saturday, the International Convention, whether it's a live stream or in person, here's what they're designed to do. They're designed to ignite the embers in your business, in your new associates, in your prospects, the embers of a flame. They're just those embers. They get people information. They get them some inspiration. They give them some content and the right context for that content. When we do a Super Saturday correctly, and you bring your team to that, we're going to tell your team everything you've already been telling them. Be at the conventions, do 2 exposures a day. Yes, you can do this. Use your membership, download the apps. Everything you're telling your team, we're going to tell them, and that's going to make you just more affirmation for you as the leader of your organization. When all of the Millionaire Club members turn around and say what you've been telling your team is the right thing. That way everybody knows that we're all rowing in the same direction. But they can't have that experience if they're not there with you. So get everybody in your team committed to the Super Saturday if they're here in the Northeast. Again, my team's going to be joining. A lot of my team's going to be joining from wherever they are. But make sure, if not, that in Florida, your team is plugged into Florida. In Texas, they're plugged into Texas. Wherever their regional Super Saturday is, make sure they're plugged in so that they're getting this information. And again, this is the embers. Then our job individually as leaders is to fan that flame coming out of the Super Saturday, texting your team, making sure they know that you're excited about what they're seeing. Because remember, a lot of them are newer than you and they don't know how to interpret everything. They don't know that feeling of excitement that you and I feel that we know is okay. They don't know yet if that's okay. They've been told their entire lives up until now that it's impossible to be in the right place at the right time. They've been told their entire lives up until now that if it sounds too good to be true, then it can't be true. They've been told their whole lives up until now that if that worked, why wouldn't everybody already be doing it? They've been told their whole lives, ladies and gentlemen, all of these things that have worn them down. And they took one more chance on themselves, probably because they were inspired by you. They were inspired by what you showed them and what you allowed them to learn. They're taking one more chance on themselves. That's the ember. We have to fan that. We have to tell them it's okay to be excited. It's appropriate to be excited. It's not unprofessional to be excited. It's fun and good to fill your battery so that you can go inspire others. It's fun to pay forward that excitement and enthusiasm that was given to all of us, that we give to them, that we teach them to give to the world. The world could use some positivity. Even in a world we have right now where we basically landed another man on the moon, a vaccine in record time for a global pandemic in our lifetime, and the news is filled with doom and gloom. Millions of people vaccinated, but it's not fast enough. Millions of people out of work with the news telling them there's no hope for the economy to recover. And here we are, optimistic. Here we are, looking forward, not looking backward. Here we are, excited about what we do and the meaning behind why we do it. That's what the world needs. That's not a political statement. That is the reality of the world we live in. Harlan Stonecipher, in his lifetime, built something, a platform on which we can change our world and the world. And now it's being entrusted to us, each of us. Maybe you didn't know you were signing up for that. Let me be the one to inform you. That's what you signed up for. Equal access to justice is a mission. And to do that mission well, we need far more people than we have right now to do it. That's the simple fact of it. That's the simple fact. Look at the leaders. These are older people. A lot of them have been working hard for decades. It's time for them to rest. They're trusting us to keep it going and to build it to greater heights. A business that was started by sharecropper's son, that started by accident, went to the American Stock Exchange, to the NASDAQ, to the New York Stock Exchange, to a $650 million acquisition by MidOcean Partners, to $1 billion company through our partners at Stone Point Capital, with billions of dollars available for us to do anything we could do, anything we could imagine, anything we want to do, because everything we do is a good thing. We get people this incredible membership we all talked about tonight, and we open the door so people can live an entrepreneur's dream. Total control of their finances, total control of their time. That's why I got up this morning. I know that's why all of you got up this morning. That's why I'm staying up late tonight, answering texts and making calls, because what we do is important and it matters. And there's a right and proper way to do it so we can inspire a generation of entrepreneurs to do it at a high level. Don't be a spectator in this business. Don't watch from the stands. Don't cheer the other people on. You are a player on the field. It's time to rush the field. Joe, I'll give you the last word.
Those are some amazing words. I think I'm going to take this moment to punctuate your words with a song. And if everybody will join me, I believe Jim Tanner's birthday was this week. And what I think you need is the worst version of the happy birthday song, because we are completely out of sync with one another. So if you could please unmute your mics and join me in the worst version of the happy birthday song.
This.
I'm so happy, but there's nothing I can do to make it good. I mean, I think individually everybody's gonna be amazing, but there's no way for us to sync this. So this is for you, Jim.
Thank you.
Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jim. Happy birthday to That was so awesome. I think I might be in tears. I want to thank you. I want to thank each of you for always showing up and for doing this yet again and believing that I would probably have us participate. I really do feel just even another inch closer to you. And so thank you. I hope you share your talent, share your story this week. Our challenge for next week is specifically a membership story and a recent one. So this week you get to do something with your membership or get a recent membership story from somebody. And we're going to be doing membership stories next week. And then, like I said, for the last week, we are going to do a briefing. And so if you are thinking about wanting to put yourself into that, just we'll be checking in next week and we'll build that. And I'm super excited to turn not only just to share information, but to actually do. And I think that's going to be an amazing stepping stone for our New England space. I think they're going to be running a little scared from us in Arizona in the fall. So with that, our time is now, your time is now, and our time is now. So I'll see you guys next Thursday. Happy birthday, Jim.
Happy birthday. Thank you. Love this call.
Happy birthday.